Hey guys, welcome back to my property analysis series. Today I'll be analyzing Amber Park's 2-bedroom. It is known for its iconic rooftop recreational deck that is 235 feet above the sea level. In case you're wondering where Amber Park is this freehold condominium located in the Marine Parade area. It's about a 3 minutes walk from the future Tanjong Katong MRT. Amber Park has a total of 592 residential units ranging from the 1+ study to 6-bedroom penthouses and is expected to TOP sometime in 2023. So I'll be analysing Amber Park's 2-bedroom based on two key factors. First, the layout, and the second factor will be on the buyer's profile. So let's talk about the first factor, which is on the layout. Amber Park's 2-bedroom comes either with or without the study area. I will touch on the 2-bedroom layout without the study area first. There is only one such layout type, which is 700 square feet. It is located on stack 9, 19, 24, and 29. So these three stacks, stack 9, 19, and 29, are pool facing. These units will either have direct sea view or partial sea view, whereas stack 24 faces another condo. So based on experience, a developer is likely to price stack 24 as the lowest entry price, followed by stack 9 and 29. Stack 19 will command a premium price because it has direct sea view. So I did some digging, and true indeed, when Amber Park first launched, stack 24, which is the condo facing unit, was priced approximately 50,000 cheaper than stack 9 and 29. Whereas the difference in pricing between stack 24 and stack 19, which is the premium sea view facing unit, is about 120,000. As such, it would make more sense to go for either stack 9 or 29. As for Amber Park's 2+ study units, it comes in 3 different sizes: 678 square feet, 743 square feet, and 753 square feet. There are a total of 6 stacks of 2+ study in this development. Other than stack 25, which faces another condo, the rest of the 5 stacks are inner facing. If we have both the bigger 2+ study layouts placed side by side for comparison, you will notice that the difference between the 743 square feet and the 753 square feet is with the master bedroom and the distribution box. These are unusable space. This means that both the bigger 2+ study have identical living space. Based on this, logically anyone would have purchased the smaller of these two layouts. However, the smaller units are all inner facing on stack 10, 20, and 30, whereas the 753 square feet units are condo facing on stack 25. Due to the nature of stack 25's lousier facing, its entry price as well as quantum is lower than stack 10, 20, and 30. So here's an example. Stack 25 was purchased 40,000 to 80,000 cheaper than stack 20 and 30, despite it having a bigger size. In the future resale market, owners of stack 25 bound to have a higher profit margin than stack 20 and 30, which easily makes stack 25 as the most value buy amongst the bigger 2+ study units. Having shortlisted stack 25, the 753 square feet layout, we will now compare it against the smallest 2+ study, which is 678 square feet, located on stack 8 and 18. As you can see here, the difference between the smallest and the biggest 2+ study is with the additional bathroom and the kitchen. One's an open concept and the other is a semi-enclosed kitchen. Ideally, I will opt for the 2-bed 2-bath on stack 25, given that it's of a lower PSF because it is condo facing, and that the profile of the buyers surrounding Amber Park are more inclined to purchase it for own stay. This is in addition to the fact that the price difference between the 2-bed 2-bath and the 2-bed 1-bath is approximately 100,000. This also brings me to the next factor, which is on the buyer's profile. If you were to do a search surrounding Amber Park, you will notice that the supply of 2-bed 1-bath unit type is extremely low. Developers did not cater such unit type for a reason. The Aristo at Amber is one of the rare developments surrounding Amber Park that supplies both 2-bed 1-bath and 2-bed 2-bath. So as expected, the 2-bed 2-bath outperformed the 2-bed 1-bath by approximately 140,000 in margin. Right now, here's my advice for future buyers of Amber Park. As at July 2021, Amber Park is already close to 75% sold. Its current pricing is approximately 10% above developers' break-even of 2,100 PSF. And it is unlikely that developer will reduce the pricing due to a high percentage of units sold and frequent weekly transactions. I do think that it's worth entering right now at the current price tag, given that there isn't going to be any future supply in the pipeline. But holding power is key. I wouldn't suggest for you to dispose in the short run if you intend to purchase a unit here based on today's price point. If the 2-bedroom unit you are purchasing is in the 2 million price range, then perhaps you wish to explore the 3 bedrooms in Amber Park instead. If you are looking to purchase for rental use, do look in the direction of the surrounding leasehold projects instead. And advice to seller would be that don't have to rush to sell upon TOP because there isn't any empty lands for sale near Amber Park. Unless, of course, if en bloc happens. Even if there is, the size of the developments are not likely to be big, so it will not impose a huge threat to Amber Park. And so here I'm going to wrap up my analysis for Amber Park's 2-bedroom. If you do find my videos useful, please like and subscribe. I will see you in my next episode.